Yo, 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 straight from Queens, your man Pharoahe Monch in the area. We chilling right now with my peoples, the Advocate. You already know what it is.
I know you started, coming up in Queens, like right in like the golden era of hip hop. And what was it that inspired you to just start writing rhymes?
I mean, it was ill times, man. Like the culture was real nourished in the beginning stages, and it embodied like all the elements of hip hop. So you had the whole break movement and graffiti and everything was going on. It just felt like a power movement, and I wanted to be a part of it in any fashion, So, it didn't matter. It just turned out that I felt like I could lend the most to it as an MC. So, even from the beginning, it was a cultural thing for me when I was trying to like elevate the culture.
Remember what that first rap was like, or about?
Yeah, the first rap was extremely whack, man. It was really bullshit. But the fly shit is the ability to be able to know when something is not hot off the rip before you even let anybody hear it. You know what I'm saying? And we were just in the lab like, this shit ain't hot enough yet.
So, what were Pharoahe Monch's high school days like?
Oh man, I mean, that's where it started, man. I went to high school of art and design, very heavy ill on my ink game and my pencil game as an illustrator. And, that's how I was trying to contribute to the art game. Everybody had black books and markers and was tagging. And that's where I first seen like Fable, New York City Breakers, and all of these cats, man. I was just, my head was just blown, and I had to get down with this movement. So high school for me was like, it was like a movie, It was like Percy P and Kwame and all these cats really getting it in, like on a high level. So the dream started, right there, like, cats was on TV and everything, First job. My first job was at Macy's department store in Queens, on Queens Boulevard. I was a salesman, you know what I'm saying? And then they moved me to this division where I had to lift the tables up and collect hangers and do all type of crazy shit. Pretty much every regular job I had, man, I was like, fuck you, I quit. I'm gonna be a rapper.
Alright, in '99 you hit with Simon Says, and at that time it was the perfect formula, the raw beat, crazy lyrics, and it really like broke a mainstream hip hop level. But nowadays it seems like a song like that would put an artist in the underground. Why do you think things are backwards right now?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it just depends on how you look at backwards. In '99, when we dropped that record, it was, grassroots from the streets to the radio across the country, then around the world. And I think people would look at that as the way it's supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? Instead of the other way around, which is backwards to me. So it's kind of an ill question. Yeah, so I think it went the right way. And now I think you can still do it. It just needs the muscle behind it, a little more muscle behind it.
Do you think being lyrical and having substance in the music is a negative in hip hop nowadays, as far as like the mainstream level of it?
Again, man, I think you could cut through being a lyrical cat, with the right push and the right songs, the right chorus. I think the majority of the music that's there now doesn't have that content. But, you look at J. Cole and you look at Kendrick, and there's like some great songs on those albums. So it can be done.
Right. Now, if you look at the playlists from the '90s compared to now, I mean, there's like just seemed like an artist was more true to what they wanted to do, and now it's kind of like microwavable, goes away in like a month. Do you think that it's taken a turn for the worse, the game, overall?
I agree with that. I don't think the songs have as much staying power as they did before, but that's for multiple amount of reasons, like the amount of access to music, the amount of music, the amount of records that's being thrown in your face. You know, the attention span is less at radio and on the internet, so, you know, things don't last as long, I guess.
Simon Says cracked Billboard 100. When or what event made you realize that you finally broke that barrier of success that every MC dreams of?
I got a phone call from the record label, and we had already knew that there were, you know, sort of like 93 stations across the country that played hip hop in their format, and Simon Says had made it into rotation at like 89 stations across the country, which if you get that many ears, then you're destined to grab people's attention. So that was the moment.
At the time you were with Rawkus Records, they were known for, you know, top of the line wordsmiths. You know, how come nowadays there aren't really any labels like that anymore?
I don't know, man. That's a good one. Yeah. You know, it's not easy to craft your style and be at that tier of a lyricist. You know, they come once in a blue moon. So they assembled a great unit there, you know what I'm saying, of lyricists. So it's not likely that you see that nowadays and they're selling records, you know.